The next common mistake I see people making when they're trying to restore their shoulder function is stretching what's tight. Now, I'm going to explain to you why stretching isn't a great solution in terms of changing pain, restoring function, building strength. Stay with me. Now, when you have an injury, trauma, your body, your brain protects you. It wants to protect you. Just like if you roll your ankle, you don't walk on that ankle. It locks up, it swells up to protect it so that it can heal. All right? So if you injure your shoulder, everything's going to lock up to protect it. You keep it safe. Muscles will constrict and lock to stop you from moving. If you've ever dislocated your shoulder, you certainly know that because you can't lift your arm above a certain height until your brain allows you to, or you do something to intervene. So if your muscles are stuck, locked in that state for an extended period of time and you do nothing to cause them to change, to stimulate them to change, then they will stay conditioned, stuck. They will stay that way. Now that's what happens after trauma. If you are sitting at a desk all day, every day, and let's say your upper traps get quite tight, taut, right? They're doing a lot of work because number one, they're trying to hold your head on top of your spine. And number two, your shoulders are up on top of your rib cage because of the position that you're in. So your upper traps are getting conditioned to stay in one position that you're spending a lot of time in. This is conditioning, right? If we are trying to create a better environment for your shoulder to move, we're trying to restore contractile capacity of your muscles. What does that mean? That means that your muscles have this much capacity, but at this point in time, they might only be able to access this much capacity. And restoring that capacity from there to there requires lengthening, which traditionally we would stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Now I want you to imagine that all your muscles are a lucky band, right? Elastic, which they pretty much are. Any muscle that is conditioned short, stuck, locked up to protect you, to help you achieve what you do every day, imagine it's got a knot like that. And imagine if that's your upper trap, you get told to go and stretch that. And you go back sitting behind your desk, or you continue on doing what you're doing with your shoulder in your gym, and you go, my shoulder's feeling tight, I'm going to stretch it. You can see where I'm going here. It gets tighter and tighter. Stretching gets tighter and tighter, not longer and longer. All you're doing is conditioning it to protect itself more. So what we want to do is get it to release a little bit. Restore a little bit of the contractile capacity, just like what we did with your lats. Now to do this for your upper trap, we're going to use a ball again, and we're going to be laying on the ground this time. So we're going to put the ball in the top corner of your scapula. The top corner, pretty easy to find. It's usually where, if you've had a massage, they stick their thumbs in that position and they dig it in and they grind in and it really hurts. We're going to find that position with the ball while you're laying down. So, hopefully you can still see. Right, okay. Ball in that spot behind your shoulder. From here, you're going to lift your arm up in front of you and pay attention to whether you're reaching up to the roof straight away or whether you can actually relax your shoulder into the ground, into the ball. That's going to be more of a threat. It's going to cause a bit more pain if you're trying to relax, right? So this is teaching your system how to let go of a locked muscle. Now, simple to start with, 10 small circles, one direction. Make sure they're circles. Make sure you're watching your fingers with your eyes, so that's hand-eye coordination. Paying attention to If there's any spot in the circle where there's like a chip in the circle that you can't control, really work hard to control it. And you're trying to be smooth and slow and controlled. 10 one way, 10 the other way. Again, control is what we're looking for, control. Make sure you're actually drawing a circle around the center of your shoulder. So not down here, not up here, not out to the side. Make sure it's straight up. Right? Once you've done 10 each way, then the fun part is you're going to lower your arm above your shoulder. Lower your arm above your shoulder. So trying to go to the ground. Think about thumb going towards the ground, and you can see straight away how blocked and locked my shoulder is with the ball jammed in my upper trap. My shoulder doesn't know how to move around that object. But as I do it more, and as I breathe and relax, I can go further and further. It's not pleasant because that ball in my upper trap is painful. But as I do it more, I should be able to get a little bit further each time. And eventually, I can get all the way to the ground. Now I know I can do that. I've done it before, but first time experience, it's going to be pretty painful and not very pleasant, okay? That is normal. So, be careful, be gentle, take it easy to start with, and let us know how you go. Once you've done that, roll your shoulder around, sitting up, standing up, retest your arm lift. Again, there should be less tension, less pressure, less pain, less everything, more range of motion as you lift your arm up over your head. So comment below with what your experience was through that. And if you do have any questions, pop them below as well.